Welcome back to my channel, not to the cottage. We are not in the cottage, we are not in Texas. We are in Los Angeles, and I'm doing a very exciting makeover. Not for me, for someone else, and I'm very excited. So my manager, Lori, she has been with me for 3 years now. She handles all of the things that she's really good at and I'm not very good at to make this whole channel of mine work. So we're currently in her bedroom, actually their bedroom. She just recently moved in with her fiance. She is getting married in 3 months. So they are starting their lives together. So their bed is actually broken. It's kind of in the middle. So we're definitely gonna get him a new bed. So most of the furniture came from Facebook Marketplace. So some of the things I wanna just upcycle, maybe do a little DIY on it to make it feel more special. And then other things we're just gonna swap out so that it makes more sense and gives them a little bit more storage in a small space. I saw some of your inspiration pictures, but what overall, tell us what you're looking for.
This just looks like a boy's room. I feel like when we sleep at night, I feel like I'm sleeping in your room.
Yeah.
Because it's a typical boy's room with no art.
Yeah.
Just blue sheets, a gray headboard, black nightstands. It's just, I'm literally living in a boy's room. I like the idea of like Kevin as a guy, he's just more into like cold, and I as a girl, I like warm. So I feel like there's a way you can marry the two where there's more like, I love like organic modern. This room is just very cold.
Yes.
There's not a lot going on, it's plain. I want some texture. I want some
okay.
light.
This room gets a lot of sunlight.
It does. I do love that this house gets a lot of natural light. But I do like the idea of adding curtains, so it's like,
yeah. Oh, this is gonna be so much fun.
Oh my god.
Okay, organic modern, but still has some masculine touches to it.
Yes.
And then she won't see this until the reveal, so I'm kicking her out.
She's not even letting me like, let me help you, like let me paint.
I know. I'm like, no. That's what I've got Romeo for. So based on both of their styles and kind of what she told me and how she wanted the space to feel and overall what color palette she really liked or what they gravitated towards, I made 2 mood boards. One that was more of a brown, warm tone, very neutral in color. We obviously knew that we were going with mid-century modern furniture for the space, so making sure to incorporate those types of shapes and style, but giving them kind of an idea of what the space would look and feel like. So the first one was very warm. The second one, which I knew in my gut that they would go for, I know her, I've known her for a while. I knew that that was kind of based on what they already had in the space, kind of what they were gonna go for. So this one has more of a deeper, darker contrast with an accent wall that's painted darker, with the bedding that's kind of mixed and has darker contrasting hues in it. But what it does have is it still brings in some warmth, because I just feel like bringing in just tidbits of warmth or little bits of organic pieces here and there makes a space really feel comfortable, especially like a bedroom. But the majority of the space and the base of the space will have a kind of like dark black and gray kind of contrast. Okay, the room is cleaned out. We have the plastic going down on the floor to protect it. We are ready to paint. So I really wanted to go with a dark contrasting wall. I felt like it was going to bring some masculinity into it, and so this contrast between light and dark. The walls in here right now are pure white, and it feels very cold. It feels very stark, cold. It's not inviting. You guys know I love the color White Dove. We did that on the exterior of the cottage. It's just a beautiful warm white. It's still really bright, so it's still gonna have a lot of reflective properties, but I felt like painting the majority of the walls White Dove would give a more inviting feel and be calmer on your eye. We're gonna be painting the back wall behind the bed in Black Beauty. I didn't wanna just do paint. I wanted to give it a little bit of interest. So I picked these up from the hardware store. They are 1x3 boards, but the actual dimension is 3/4 by 2.5. So it's a 2.5-inch board. These are already primed. A little bit more expensive to buy them primed, but they just seem to be so much straighter. So I felt like for this project, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna do the prime. I bought 8-foot tall boards because these are 8-foot ceilings. So I just need to cut them down just a tinge. not only gonna go in the middle of the wall, but also above and below the windows. I feel like that's gonna make it look most clean. Find the center. I want one in the center. 49 3/4. What's half of 49 3/4? Haven't been able to tell by now. I'm not very good at math. 27 7/8. Could you do me a favor and come hold this and so I can make sure it's in the center? You first do the math, and then you step back and you do the eye test. The eye test never fails you, or at least my eye test doesn't fail me. My math was good. I'm thinking for the distance between them, I'm thinking 12 inches. So if I just go from the edge here, I can mark 12 inches, you know, like up there and down here, since this one is level, or plumb rather, that'll be the edge of the next board, and then I can just keep going like that. Obviously making sure that it's still level, but I think that's the way to go. Obviously, do the same thing, right up to the window. We are going in with Black Beauty by Benjamin Moore for this back wall. It's a very warm black. Obviously, since the wall's already white, it's already primed. So we can go right in with the paint. Look. It's black. I love it. Guys, it feels like a different room. Literally. Love the texture that this gives in the space. I don't think it wouldn't give the same effect if we didn't have this element on there. So now we are ready to hang curtains. I actually ordered a couple of different ones, but they didn't come in. So I got these. They're kind of like a dark brass. They're really pretty. I got them at the hardware store. Oh, that works for me. Look how pretty. So there's 3 windows in here. So just on the corner here, I'm not gonna put one of the finials on the end so that they can kind of touch one another. This is actually the first fun piece that we're putting in here. The curtains were fun, but this is more fun. This is also the first piece from Castlery. A big thank you to Castlery for sponsoring today's video. We have some amazing pieces from them. I think I ordered an 8x10. The chevron is actually running this way, which does make sense when you walk into the room, you know, because the floor also runs that way. So I think it's okay. I think naturally I would have put it the other way, but because of the size of the room, this makes most sense. Wait, you guys, I ordered 2 rugs from Castlery. This is the bed. Beautiful. When we opened the box, I was like, oh, it has like a vein of warmth in it that I wasn't expecting. And I was like, wait, I might like the other rug better, and this is the other rug. I love it. Castlery is a modern furniture company that uses the highest quality materials to create pieces that are multifunctional, timeless, and for you to have and use for many, many years to come. Unzip. There's slats in there. What? Whoa! They're all hidden in here.
What?
The slats.
No wonder why it was so heavy.
Yeah, it was heavy. And since Castlery sells direct to consumer, they also offer more affordable prices on quality furniture than if there was like that middleman markup from a retail store. If you're not sure if a piece will work well in your space, you can actually order a free fabric swatch to test before ordering. And Castlery offers flat rate shipping, a 14-day return policy, and warranty coverage. I will leave a link in the description box for all of the pieces that we're using in this makeover, and you guys can get a $100 discount on orders over $1,200 with promo code MaCenna100. These pretty little things are also from Castlery. Look at these nightstands, you guys. Bringing in the warmth that she wanted, you know? And you guys, they are velvet lined. I had no idea. It's beautiful. It's getting closer, but it will never end. So I feel like we could all say that we've seen this dresser at some point in our lives. She got this on Facebook Marketplace. This is from IKEA. I think they've had this style for a very long time, and I think it works as a great base. That's why I feel like so many people do IKEA hacks and IKEA kind of like flips on furniture, because they really do act as a good base. But what this one particularly lacks is any kind of like dimension or hardware. There's no hardware on it. But since we're going with a darker color palette in here, it really works. So we can just like zhuzh it up. My first gut instinct, I was like, we're gonna add hardware. The second thing that I thought of is we could actually put a texture or a surface on the exterior of these drawer fronts. I'm gonna take one of these drawers down to my workshop that I've set up, and we're gonna see what we can do to the fronts to bring them, you know, to give this a different life and to give it a little more style. I've also come to realize, you guys, that I have no work clothes here. I have brought all of my work clothes to Texas. It is what it is. We're making do. Okay, so the top of this is exactly 8 inches. So we'll need 8-inch pieces. Don't quite know how many pieces we'll need to go across. So let's start somewhere. So we'll mark 8 inches. And it's already primed. These boards are primed. So it'll make her easier for us to paint later. Okay, so if we put these on here, you know, kind of like that. Set them all next to each other. Let's see what kind of shape we get. Okay, I think this looks really, really good. So I'm going to use wood glue. Since I already have them placed perfectly, I'm gonna go ahead and do the center one. Slide this out. It has the reeded kind of look on the front, but the back is also pretty cool. Still prefer the other side, but that's so cool that you could use it both ways. So we're gonna use some wood glue. Make sure it didn't go all the way through. Nice. And we'll come back and put caulk on those edges. Since this isn't like structural or anything, it's just decorative, so it'll hold a lot. So you kind of have to work a little bit fast, just making sure that all the edges are actually really even, you know. Okay, so the dresser is, you know, that IKEA warm black kind of color. So I went to the hardware store and got satin black. Now, I'm gonna test it right now to see how close it is. Like, I hope that the black works, because that's really what we're going for, not like a dark walnut. We shall see. Okay, so this is the cabinet color, and this is the black spray. I think it's gonna be totally fine. So I was gonna stop by salvage place for some knobs, but I was at the hardware store and I found these. It's like, they're like black with a little bit of a patinaed brass. And I was like, these are perfect. And then I was like, well, I don't need to go find some. These were perfect. And I think they really are gonna look great against the satin black and really elevate the look of what once was this dresser from IKEA and now looks kind of like a luxury dresser that you would spend a lot of money for that we just upcycled just with some new materials. So it looks so good. I found the coolest lamps. The majority of the inspiration pictures that she really liked, they all had brass lamps. Either they were sconces, like wall sconces that were on the wall next to the bed or on top of the bed, kind of coming down. Well, we didn't have any space for that because obviously she's got 2 windows. They have 2 windows on each side of the bed. So definitely needed a lamp that sat, you know, an actual lamp. So I went searching online. These amazing creatures. So it's got 2 bulbs and these cool little pull strings. I love them. And I'm using soft white bulbs. I like to use soft white in the bedroom. It's not too harsh. You know, it gives enough light. It's not too cool, but it's not too warm. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a nice middle ground. Castlery also had amazing sheet sets. It had this really cool charcoal color since we were going with more like of a contrast. I'm gonna mix and match. We're gonna do natural and charcoal and then pick which ones kind of go as the sheets and which is the duvet, and then we'll have a mix of the pillows too. We'll put the natural color down bottom. I love when they tell you where it goes. Okay, this is the bottom. Mixing and matching colors of sheets I haven't ever done before, so I don't know which ones I'm gonna like, you know what I mean? Let's try this. I think the cream on top helps break up the dark here and the dark there. So obviously a bedroom would not be complete without pretty pillows, right? So if you guys saw over my vlog, I've been looking for different pillows and different textures, but still in the same tones that we were gonna go for the space. Amazing linen pillows. They have like an ashy warm gray to them, 22-inch. So they're the perfect back pillow. Give it a good karate chop. I know not everyone is a karate chop person, so comment below if you're a karate chop your pillow kind of person. I found these. They're charcoal, but they have like a vein of neutral running through them. So it's gonna give a lot of texture and bring in the charcoal and the black down from the wall and the charcoal in the bedding and all of these darker elements that we're using. We'll put those as our second layer. And then I definitely needed a lumbar, like to go across. I didn't want to do 2 more pillows. So I found this one and it was like a stripe. This one, and it ties in both colors in the stripe. So I thought that was really nice. At the edge of the pillows and then fold over. So it stops right below the pillows. And then I found this natural throw that actually looks a lot like the rug. So it's gonna bring that up onto the bed. Has like some like little bit of, it's like a slubby, I always use the word slubby in linen too, texture to it. It'll bring in the warmth that she really wants. I don't like when blankets are really straight, so I like to kind of put them where they're gonna go and then bunch them, kind of like that, but with both sides bunched up. Look at this chair, you guys. I wanted to create this little seating area moment. I felt like this corner lacked something, and you always need, if you have enough room for a seating area in your bedroom, you should do it. I love the dark charcoal fabric. Because we went light on the bed, I wanted to bring more dark into the space. So we kept the dresser dark, this is dark, and I got a little side table. Matching the wood, look at this. Look how cute this little table is. It's a perfect size for a bedroom. It's not too, doesn't take up too much space. And I felt like here next to I'll pull the chair out a little bit. Maybe we could bring her tree back in. They already have it. I think it'll look cute in here. Put the table here, nice cup of coffee in the morning. I found another tree. I stole it from their house. Oh. Something in the corner. Faux trees just add a little bit of just something extra without the maintenance. Okay, obviously we want to bring art into the space. So I've been thinking a lot about like what type of art fits the style and the look that we're going for, but also that's really tied to them, personal to them. Both Lori and her fiance are Filipino. You know that Romeo's Filipino as well. So I've had the opportunity to go to the Philippines multiple times. So I wanted to bring something of their culture into this space. So I started looking for art online, and I was on Etsy and I found 2 pieces to put into the space. I had them printed just locally. This watercolor art is a print of an original from a Filipino artist that grew up in the Philippines and painted this inspired by her childhood growing up in the Philippines. And it's so pretty. Like, it was the perfect kind of like landscape that gave a bit of comfort to the space, I feel like, in a lot of ways, but it was tied to their culture, and that is incredible to me. So I want to pair this one with something else. So I was looking at like maps, you know, because the Philippines is made up of tons and tons of islands, over 100 different islands, and so it's very kind of spread out, but it's shaped really interestingly. So I found this one, and it says Filipinas at the bottom, and so it kind of looks like a little bit of a map, but it looks more like art. Actually, it's like kind of raised. So I was looking in my storage unit to see what I had collected from thrifting and in the past makeovers. I had this gold frame. It's a piece of art, but we can obviously take it out. It's got that gold ornate look, but it's not very ornate. It doesn't have a lot of movement, so I thought it would fit the mid-century vibes. And then I also had this one from a past makeover in our bedroom that's just a simple black frame, which I felt like brought more of the simplicity of like the mid-century modern into it. I really hope you like this art. I love that they're a part of their culture. You know what I mean? That makes me really happy. So I just put 2 nails, and I wanted the art to be on one of these boards. I want the big one, the gold one, on top, and then I also got some command strips to put here on the bottom so that it'll always hang straight and it'll be like attached to the wall. And then this one we'll put below it. Okay, I think it's finally ready for the reveal. I think it looks really nice. I hope they love it. Okay, I'm gonna go get them. I'm nervous. I don't know why. I feel carpet. Oh, okay. Stand right here. Okay. I'm nervous. Okay. Don't open, because Kinsley's now taking over your bed. Okay. Okay. Oh my God, babe. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God!
Wow. I have goosebumps. That's crazy. Oh my God.
Teach me how you fly so free.
In the Philippines! So I wanted to bring something of you guys, you know, and like, oh, you know, I wanted art that was special, but still keeping it minimal. We didn't need a lot because of the style that you guys were going for.
Yeah. These are all our colors. Like, everything.
Oh my God.
Especially her hair with her gold touch.
I know, she was very excited. She was sneaking peeks of the gold and all the boxes.
I just like, what we were worried about is like, how do you make something look warm but also like manly? Not manly, but you know,
right,
like,
but masculine, yeah.
Yeah, like this is, it's just, it has the perfect touch of like the gold accents, some black accents, because he loves black accents, but I love gold accents.
Yeah.
So but it's warm, but it's neutral. And the walls, like I feel like I live in your cottage.
Like, I don't know if it's just me, but I'm like, I love wall texture.
I didn't even know you could
need
do this.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you
The
could do
room
this.
feels taller.
It does.
Like, I
That's
feel-
the wood.
Yeah.
And what you said about the paint and it being super stark white, like it makes such a huge difference. I don't know if this is a warm white.
It is a warm. White Dove is very like has
Is it
warm
the
under.
walls?
Yeah, everything.
It's mounted.
Wow, that creates more space.
It does. It
A
does.
lot more space.
Cannot believe that you did this. Isn't this look good?
Thank
Thank you so much.
Do you love it?
I'm telling you, this is beyond anything we could have imagined.
You guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did actually doing this makeover, and I hope as much as they love it. This is just a great first start to start their lives together in a place that's both theirs, and they're getting married soon. And truly, I hope you guys enjoyed this makeover. It was so much fun to do something that wasn't the cottage, you know, back to like my roots, back to what I used to do when it was makeovers for my friends and my family, and even for our apartment. I hope it gave you some ideas of some things that you can do in your own space. I will leave everything that I use in this makeover in the description box below, so if you saw anything that you really love and have to have, you can check them out. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are not already. And don't forget, I do have a vlog channel, so for more behind the scenes, you guys got to see me shop for these things early before I ever did the makeover, so definitely check those out as well, and I will see you guys next Sunday. Bye guys.
So good, MaCenna. This is beyond our wildest dreams.
Yes, thank you, Romeo.
Oh, I love you too. Thank you.